Profit in the pure water business. So in this video today, I'll be talking about the profit in setting up a pure water business. I'll be talking about what makes you acquire profit in this business. So coming down to calculation of your profit, how do you know if you started realizing profit in your pure water business? You see, once you are starting this business, you need initial capital. This is the base fund, the money which you put into this business. And for you to realize your capital, this happens over time. In short, for the pure water business, don't expect to enter the business and start making profit that month you are entering the business. It is a long-term investment. So that's to say, it might take you sometimes over a year, 2 years, 3 years, but a time will come when you will just be realizing profit from the business. That initial money which you put into building the factory, buying the equipment, doing installation, buying filters, buying your raw materials for a start, all those ones over time, they'll start coming in as profit. So it is important that when you are starting this business, you should put in funds that you know is for a long-term investment, not funds that you're expecting to see profit in 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So it is important that you keep all this in mind. So for this, you should be able to calculate your profit by knowing how much you are investing as your starting capital. Now you calculate how much you spent on acquiring the land of the factory. In short, let me just say, for calculating this profit of your business, you need an accountant. Like, don't spare any expense when it comes to hiring an accountant for your business. If you don't know the numbers, hire an expert who you know that this is their job. In short, if you can hire someone who has had an experience with a beverage production company, a pure water factory, or someone who has experience in a similar line, it is best for you to hire them because they know what they are doing. They'll help you calculate how much you put into the business for a start. That's by buying vehicles, buying raw materials, buying the machines, acquiring land, paying for electricity, drilling borehole, and so on. So from there, you can have a list of all these expenses. So this one will be for your initial capital. Then you can start on a monthly basis. Once you start production, steady production of producing, selling, one way which you can know if you are making profit is by listing out how much you spend on acquiring raw materials, how much you spend in running the factory. These expenses will include buying petrol for the vehicle, fixing equipment, doing some lighting work, maybe buying a few things for the factory, brooms, so on. Everything is all part of the factory expenses. By the time you do that, you can also create a column for expenses when it comes to paying for salary, how much you pay your staffs, your driver, your operator, and your accountant. So you can have a separate column for that. It is important that you hire an accountant. I'm still saying this because me myself personally, I'm not an accountant. We do have an accountant in our own factory that does the accounting work for us. So it is important for you to also hire an accountant. But all this, I'm just giving you like a rough idea on what your profit and loss should be like what it should look like when it comes to calculating it. So after you've listed out all these expenses, running expenses of the factory, and you've listed out the managerial expenses too, that's for payment of staffs and so on, then you can look at how much has come in when it comes to sales of your products for the month. So you can see how much you've sold, and from there how much you've been able to sell in the market, your sum total. You can reduce, that's less minus your expenses, and what is left will be your balance. That's supposed to be your profit. Now from this profit, that's where you're supposed to pay your staffs, everything. You also do your calculations minus all the factory running expenses and managerial expenses. After you've done all that, by minusing your factory expenses, managerial expenses from your income, you'll be able to know how much you'll be able to make as profit in your business. So for giving you a definite response to say this is a certain amount you make for profit in your business, It's not a very straightforward process like that, but you need an accountant, an expert who will do a perfect job for you. So in case you have any more questions on how to understand profit in this business, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget also to sign up for my online course. This online course is where I go into details on how to set up a factory, a pure water factory, and a bottled water factory. Sometimes I do get like questions which I've already answered on the YouTube channel or in the course itself, and responding to some of these messages, sometimes I might not see some. So if you need like a detailed one-on-one conversation, you want to hear me talk about pure water production, you can sign up for the